Welcome back to another UAS IT Help Desk Tech Tuesday tip of the week. I'm Austin, and it's just a spooky month out there. And what's even spookier than ghosts and skeletons? I would say somebody hacking into your computer and taking a look at things you don't want them to see, such as your personal information or something a little more secretive. So what I want to do is show everybody how you can keep your computer up to date and other devices up to date as well. Usually they do these automatically, but it doesn't hurt to check to make sure that you are up to date as good as possible. So let's head on over to my desktop here and I'll show you guys what to look for to make sure your computer is as secure as possible. So the biggest culprit for security risks is definitely an out-of-date operating system. Currently, I am on Windows 10, and you can tell this usually just because it has this search bar here at the very bottom left, right on the taskbar. If you're on Windows 8, usually you have to open up and click the Windows button to get to the search bar. And if you're on something even earlier, like Windows 7, this is just a blue bar usually, and the start is like a button, a popped out button. If you're on Windows 7 or earlier, you just need to be aware that these are not supported by Windows anymore. They do not receive updates, and it's a very good idea to get up to date on these, going from Windows 7 to Windows 8, or preferably to Windows 10. For Macs, these are going to be talked about later, so stick around and you'll see more about that later. But for those on Windows 8 or Windows 10, go on down to your search bar down here, and you can really just type in update. And first option usually will be the check for updates button. So click on this, and it takes you to this window. Mine says it's up to date, which is good. And it tells you when the last time it was checked for updates. If this is quite a long time, you can just click on check for updates here, and it will fetch and look for updates. Really good to keep it up to date. But usually these are automatic. If you want to do a little bit more, make sure that you keep your computer up to date, you can go down here and click on the advanced options button. And you can turn on things like restarting this device as soon as possible. When a restart is required to install an update, this will restart your computer automatically, like it says. So it might not be good if you have work on your computer you need to keep saved, or it hasn't been saved yet even. The other thing here I would suggest would be when your computer needs a restart to finish updating, you can click this on, and a little notification will usually pop up on the bottom right saying, hey, let's do a restart to keep your computer up to date. To cover things on the Mac and Apple side of things, I'm going to pass it off to Tracy and see what she has to say about it. Take it away, Tracy.
Thanks, Austin, for showing us how to keep our Windows computers up to date. To keep your Mac up to date, just click on the Apple icon in the top left corner and choose About This Mac. Then click on Software Update. And as you can see, this computer is up to date. If it wasn't up to date, it would let us know what version we're on and prompt us to go ahead and update. You can also, as you can see here, have the option to automatically keep your Mac up to date. If you don't want to do that, you can turn that off and it'll prompt you to make sure you want to turn it off. And if you decide you do want to keep it, just keep that checked right there or go ahead and check it if it's not already checked. Another great place to check for updates, again, by clicking on that Apple icon. Check out the App Store. It says there's 10 updates available in the App Store. So go ahead and click on that, and that'll let you know what apps need to be updated. And you can go ahead and click Update All to get them all updated. Well, there you have it, folks. That's how you keep your Apple computers up to date. Now, back to you, Austin.
So if you're on Windows 8.1, Windows 8, or Windows 10, you have something called Windows Defender already installed onto your computer. This is an antivirus software that comes with all modern Windows, and it's a really good antivirus software. But if you think that maybe you want to do something more or try a different antivirus software, you can head on over to our UAS IT Help Desk page here. Just see the URL at the top, uas.alaska.edu/helpdesk. /software/downloads. And these are all free download software that you can take a spin on if you'd like. Really good free resource to look at. Firefox and Chrome, I like these a lot. They have some safety measures already in place without you having to touch and look at them. Brave and Opera, also very good. Security that we also suggest for better firewall maybe, or looking at some more protection. AVG, Malwarebytes, TotalAV, these are all free to use, though some of these do have paid features, but the free one usually does very good. One last thing I would do here would also be to check on your mobile devices as well. If you go to the search bar on your mobile devices, you should be able to type in downloads or update, and it should take you to something similar that we looked at on the computer here to say whether or not your phone is up to date or not. And keeping this up to date is your first line of defense against any malicious content. If you have any other questions, feel free to contact us at the UAS IT Help Desk. Call us by dialing 796-6400 or email us at the UAS IT Help Desk email. Stay safe out there, everyone. I hope that this video was helpful, and until next time, do your part and stay cyber smart.